Hello everyone and welcome once again to the Global Business Update with TA. 7 stories from around the business world to keep you updated. Well, Narendra Modi has backtracked on those agricultural reforms, the tough farmland laws which were intended to make the agriculture industry in India more market oriented. However, faced a lot of backlash over the years. Protests lasting for more than 1 year led to those laws being taken back because the farmers simply felt that the lack of the government guaranteed prices and support will keep them at a disadvantage. However, the protests are still continuing. Looks like around the world, and especially in the Asian region, agriculture reforms are becoming a tough pill to swallow. Meanwhile, we also see that K-pop or other Korean entertainment related industries are doing quite well, and this year alone, the investments have reached more than $3.5 billion, and especially riding on the success of some of the bands like BTS and Blackpink, and even the success of some of the Korean dramas such as Squid Games, which has taken the world by storm. All these are leading to more investments coming into the K-pop and K-entertainment sector. One sector to watch out for. Meanwhile, we also see that Maruti, one of the titans of the Indian car industry, and in fact one of the very first car brands to become a national household name in India, they are going slow on the EVs. They are saying that they prefer to wait and watch how the market will fold and evolve over time, and instead they are focusing more on the CNG cars, the compact natural gas cars, where they believe that the potential will be higher. EVs do tend to be a little expensive still due to its more early stage battery technologies and so on. However, many other Indian car brands are betting a lot on that market. We also see that in Myanmar, there is lots of pressure on the multinationals to quit the market because stakeholders, investors do not want the companies to be doing deals with the military junta. That's right. The Myanmar government, which is led by a militia or rather a military government, which overthrew the government a few months ago, is facing lots of pressure since they are not delivering on some of the expected human rights related actions, such as freeing some of the political prisoners. And one example could be Telenor, the famous Italian telco, which had made significant investments into Myanmar. Well, they are at a risk of having to let go of their investments because stakeholders, investors are not happy to continue any more dealings, business dealings and discussions with the government. More uncertainty for the Myanmar government there. Now, the WTA, Women's Tennis Association, is looking into the well-being of the famous Chinese tennis celebrity, who is none other than Peng Shuai, who on her social media, Chinese social media, did announce for a very short while that one of the former vice premiers, Zhang Gaoli, had actually done so much of sexual abuse to her. And when she mentioned this, even though it was for a short time and later she took it out, it was taken quite seriously by the Women's Tennis Association and the tennis enthusiasts around the world. However, a few weeks later, she had gone missing and was not in the public eye. Later, it was shown by the Chinese state media that she's doing okay, she's visiting certain events, etc. It's a common trend where if you speak against the Chinese government, especially the party, the main party there, you do go missing. Happened to Jack Ma as well. However, the real issue here might be for two brands, which is none other than SAP, the famous ERP brand, and Porsche, the luxury automobile brand. These two brands have made significant investments into China, betting on the success of the Chinese government and the Chinese market. And if they take a stance against this same issue, that could jeopardize their investment and actions. SAP already has 5 to 6 corporate offices in China, and Porsche has been in China for more than 20 years. And the success of the luxury market in China is something that Porsche bets a lot on. So will they break the silence and talk on this matter and take a stance, or will they lie low and not get into the wrong side of the Chinese government? Only time will tell. Heineken is definitely brewing the good times. That's right. In Africa, a growing market for beer, especially as things are slowly merging out in the continent out of the pandemic, well, Heinekin is expanding their footprint. They've already bought over Distel, a brewer in South Africa, and also bought over several Namibian breweries. So it looks like that Heineken is betting heavily on the African segment, and it could pay off because the incomes have been rising. There's a growing middle class. Perfect recipe for a global beer brand. On a final note, my friends, we see a long-lasting relationship between FIFA and Electronic Arts might be coming to an end soon. For all these years, Electronic Arts FIFA has been one of the most famous esports, and people have been playing, millions of people have been playing it initially on those CD-ROMs in their computers and now later on gradually online and on various gaming devices. However, FIFA thinks that their brand name is more popular and that they are able to create their own game and go ahead, while Electronic Arts thinks, well, when they introduce a game, whether it's FIFA or any other association or any other brand name of a game, people will play. Who is right here? Whose ego is actually blinding them from seeing the truth? Only time would tell, but it looks like one of the most fruitful partnerships in gaming and sports, electronic gaming and in sports, might be coming to an end soon. Let's see how that unfolds. That's it for this week, and no matter what business you may be in, stay safe and have a profitable week ahead.